Previously on Eden.
We're running out the door! Because we've chosen a future with no regrets. Now here's the question. Where did she get the clothes? Did we pick them up while we were on the run? Did we just have random women's clothes at our house? You're not a hindrance! And I'm just saying this right now. This look on her face right now, that's extremely cute. You call it fun. This is fun? Yes, it is fun. Have you ever played Harvest Moon? That game is super fun! And there, I saw... Ah! Freelance journalist. Sure she is. And there it goes.
And our story continues.
Sion, 入るぞ.
Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land, JAC, the one-man band, is back again. Welcome back to Eden. We're coming in. Oh, so let's get started, shall we? Alrighty, I pause a moment after knocking, then entered the room. Sion was always telling me that there's no need to knock, but I couldn't bring myself not to. I did want to maintain a minimum degree of etiquette. I mean, come on. We have rules as a society because of this. I mean, I know she's like, man, I don't really care, but it's like, if it was anybody else, we would have to knock before entering. Good morning. Good morning. Sion was sitting in bed, already changed into her regular clothes. But she looked sleepy. Well, I mean, she hasn't had morning coffee yet, so... Morning. How's your fever? Fever? Oh, now that you mention it, I did have one. Are you starting to forget things, Sion? You look alright now. But, better check just in case. I held my hand to her forehead, just in case. A perfectly normal body temperature. You got better pretty quick. Did you take a NyQuil? Okay, I'm off. She said quite suddenly and jumped to her feet. Where are you going, young lady? Yeah, you're leaving where? Outside? Outside? Come with me. Well, okay, sure, yeah. I guess I'll go outside. Some fresh air would do me good. I quietly overtook her and opened the door. 'Cause I'm a gentleman, that is why. What about breakfast? Yeah, it's the most important meal of the day. I want a breath of fresh air first. I'll think about everything else afterwards. Oxygen is important, but so is breakfast. Understood. Yo? Yes, what do you want? She grabbed onto the hem of my shirt. Yeah? Were you in front of my room the entire night? Yeah, I suppose we were. It gets so cold at night. Wasn't the hallway cold? Oh, well, I just had myself a little cover and I was as comfortable as a wet dog behind the kitchen stove. It was nothing. I set up camp outside her door late last night and sat there all night long. I took care to make as little noise as possible, but it sounded like she noticed me. Dude, you have to work on your ninja skills. I woke up once in the middle of the night. I could kind of tell you were there. Probably because of my breathing, I was like... because I'm probably a mouth breather. Thanks, Rio. I just felt like doing it. Yeah, sure, I just felt like doing it. Not sleeping in my bed. She may have told me to be free, but I didn't know the meaning of freedom. Then you need to get a dictionary. That's why, for now, I would protect her. And to that end, no matter what Maya's motives may be, there was no downside to remaining vigilant. There's no way I would just end... It would just end happily ever after once I took you from the research facility. Well, you don't know that. You haven't seen many fairy tales, have you? I know. But a sense of responsibility and kindness are two different things, Rio. We need to choose which one we want. It's fine either way. It's enough for me as long as I can protect you. I see. That's not what she wanted to hear, bro. Sion cast her large eyes downwards and whispered sadly. You and I are each our own person. Just don't forget you have no obligations to me whatsoever. Yeah, I'll try to remember that, but you know me! Probably won't. Fade to white. And now we're outside. A lax breeze rocked the green fields back and forth. Shion's clothing caught in the wind and flapped as she slowly walked. It had been a few days since she made it this far. It made it as far as the hill. There was an amazing view from the top, but the slight slopes were formidable to Sion, who had virtually no physical strength. But that's why she needs to climb the hill. She needs to build up that strength. That way she can climb every mountain and forge every stream. Search for every rainbow till you find your dream. I think I love this spot because I can come here only once in a while. Sion quietly whispered. Her words didn't seem as though they were directed at anyone in particular. She's just thinking out loud is all. It's such a lovely spot. Yeah, it is. It is quite pretty. Now you notice it. Maya and I were walking a short distance from Sion. We didn't want to get in her way, so as she was enjoying the scenery. So this is your and Shion's sanctuary, huh? And you're the one who rudely trampled in your way into it. You ruined the great thing that we had going on, Ryo. She shot me a mildly miffed scowl. She's like, make nice, Ryo. Play nice. I told you not to torment her. Are you having fun or something? No, not at all. I mean, maybe a little. This woman's the type that'll let it go to her head if I go easy on her for a second. I wish you wouldn't make me... you wouldn't think of me like that. I happen to think Ryo is correct. Yes! Yeah, got a point with Sion. You two act like I'm a nuisance or something. Well, you did trample on our perfect little thing that we had going on here. So, I guess, yeah, you would be. In contrast to Maya, who was quite down, Sion seemed like she was having fun. You see, Sion, it's fun to mess with Maya. You see, you understand. Was she in a good mood because her condition had improved? Ah. Sion held her hand out to the wind. Such a nice breeze. I feel like I could fly if I had wings. Well, you probably could. You don't weigh all that much. Her tender whisper melted into the breeze. It almost seemed like her entire being might wisp away along with it. Her long hair fluttered in the breeze, revealing just how tiny her figure really was. She looked as if she was an inhabitant of a dream. I dreamed a dream of time gone by. It really is beautiful. Maya gazed at Sion. She stood perfectly still, almost like she'd even forgotten to breathe. But remember to, because, you know, oxygen is essential for living. Suddenly, I had a thought! I actually have one of those every once in a while. Could Maya truly have just wanted to meet Sion? Did she appear before us only desiring to hear her story? We're just now taking this into consideration? That's what she said. And I mean, like, I know that he's like paranoid and all that stuff, but it's like, some people normally tell the truth when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, I'm just saying. That was what it felt like. I saw the dreamy look in Maya's eyes. It still wasn't enough of a basis to trust her, but... Maya? Sion spoke in a serious tone, still looking up at the sky.
Hi!
Yes! What do you want? Tell me everything you know. Afterwards, I'll answer as many questions as you like. Ooh, we get to hear questions and answers and all that good stuff. Is that okay with you, Ryo? Yeah? Do whatever you wish. I'm just standing here to make sure that you don't fall down. Sion smiled sweetly and combed through her hair with her fingers. For some reason, my heart began to race at the sight, almost like I was having feelings. What is this? I don't have feelings. A large bird was gliding through the sky, chirping loud and clear. I was sitting on the ground, staring idly at the bird's movements. They were graceful and majestic, much like a bird is. Sion was seated right beside me, so close our bodies were nearly touching. She stared at Maya, looking deeply intrigued. Maya remained seated in front of Sion and didn't speak. She seemed to be having trouble deciding where to start. I would say at the beginning. That's always a good place to start.
シオンなら話が多少前後したって
Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you read, you begin with Sound of Music, because it looks like almost it could be like Sound of Music, although we're in Japan and not Austria. So, just ask whatever you want. Sion will understand you even if you're more or less all over the place. Sion's very good at understanding things. Yeah, that's true. I just get kind of nervous when I realize I was talking to Sion again. You know, it's just kind of crazy when you're talking to somebody who's so important and stuff. Maya looked rattled and her smile turned stiff. Sion was staring straight at Maya, saying nothing all the same. Let me get my stuff together. She hastily retrieved a small notebook. Bling? Oh, she has glasses! Oh, glasses! She looks cute. She looks cuter than she did before. Alright. She put on glasses and nodded to herself. She looks really good in glasses. I mean, some people, they can really pull off glasses, I'm telling you. Wait, do you have poor eyesight? Just a little bit. I can get by fine without them in most cases, but I wear them when I'm working. So does that mean you're like farsighted? Like you wear glasses so you can read and write? Is that your deal? Or what? I don't understand. I mean, if you need glasses, why don't you just wear them all the time? I do not understand this. Maya said as she opened her notebook. Wow, they make you look kind of smart. What do you mean, kind of? I mean, kind of. Kind of smart. Maya skulked as she shifted her attention to Sion. Maya's expression quickly turned serious. Bring it all in. Collect yourself. Yes? Sion inclined her head slightly. I knew you were pretty from the shots I've seen, but now that I see you up close like this, with my glasses on, Maya blushed for some reason. Isn't it a little late for that? You've been looking at her plenty since yesterday. Yeah, but this is the first time I'm seeing her with my glasses on! Duh, you stupid man! And it's also the first time I've gotten to compose myself and sit face to face with her. Yesterday I was threatened to no end. I was totally freaked out. And then you locked me in a shed. Whose fault do you think that is? For the most part, Haruna. You're... Maya? There's no need to rush. There's no need to rush. Stop beating on Ryu. You're right. First off, incidentally, I told Sion what I had heard about Lavi from Maya while we climbed the hill. The behind-the-scenes search for Sion being conducted by the military has already been called off. You mean we're in the clear? We don't gotta worry anymore? Straight to the heart of the matter. Sion murmured in amusement, not looking the least bit surprised. As if she already knew that it was called off for some reason. Somehow, you don't seem surprised. I considered it as a possibility. Didn't you as well, Ryu? It's not like I hadn't considered it, I just thought it would have had a very low probability. So I didn't really take it into account. Dude, you should take everything into account. You're supposed to be smarter than that. Did they declare me dead? Yeah, they did. Yes, we're dead people! And they won't search for dead people. Maya pulled up patches of grass from the ground, unable to hide her bewilderment. I'm just gonna kill some grass. And here I thought I would be the one with the surprises, too. Oh. There are a few scenarios that cannot be predicted. Mankind was able to foresee the end of the world. Was there an official announcement? Does the whole world know we're dead? Yeah. Yes! We are officially dead. Well, Sion is. I don't know about me. There was an announcement from the executive committee of the evacuation project. Alrighty. Oh, starting from there, Maya began to recount the whole series of events in detail. Sion's death was officially announced approximately 1 month after we fled from the research facility. They just gave up after 1 month, and that was it. The cause of her death, an accident in the middle of a test. Most people couldn't contain their sorrow for the sudden passing of the Earth evacuation project's driving force, but it did not impede the project itself. In fact, it seemed on-site morale went up as they headed into the final phase, with members saying they would make the project a success to carry out the dying wish of their leader. And thus, they created Sion into a martyr. Pretty good. Nice work, guys. All the same. There's no way I'd die in an accident like that. Why? Couldn't there have been something unavoidable? If I were delegating commands firsthand, impossible. I'm too smart for that. I'm a human supercomputer, remember that. I'm too smart to be killed by accidents. Well, that seemed to be enough for the people of the world to come to grips with it. A few skeptics have popped up, but they're in the minority. You know, those skeptics that still thought that Elvis is still alive, and the like, you know, those weirdos. I can wrap my head around them declaring Sion's dead, but why did the military abort their search in the first place? Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to say that she's dead, it's one thing to give up, you know, when you know she's alive. What do you mean? Maya looked astonished and shrugged his shoulders. Even Sion's eyes looked mystified as she stared up at me. I'm betting it's because the two of you concealed your whereabouts flawlessly. Yet somehow you were still able to find us, and I'm still coming to grips with that. I don't understand why, or how that even happened. In other words, the military ultimately lost us after all. According to Second Lieutenant Lavi, requests for reinforcements were delayed due to all systems, communications included, going down at the research facility. I heard the system being taken down was your doing as well. Well, not technically ours. It was a different person who wrote the base program. All I did was run what was prepared for me. Sion sent a fleeting glance my way. Yes. The project that rendered the research facility's security inoperable and single-handedly gave Sion her freedom was something my sister had prepared all those years ago. My sister protected me. Protected us. Protected us, the both of us. Arna? What's wrong?
Yeah.
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about me. I don't have feelings. You're questioning Sion, remember? In any event, the military gave up awfully easy. That struck me as a bit odd as well, but it's understandable. How so? How would it be understandable? Explain! Because there's no time left. Like, literally there's no time left? I see. Like, how much time do we actually have? And are you preparing to stay on the Earth as it dies, like we are? I mean, I'm just asking questions because it's like, the world's gonna end. I looked up at the sky. Though it was daytime, the star above us was shining a sinister red. The fate of the world became clear when that red star appeared. This world will end soon. They have to expedite the final phase of the evacuation. There were scarcely any units remaining on the ground, so they couldn't spare any personnel to search for Sion, huh? So it was all a matter of numbers. They just didn't have the numbers to look for us. That and one more thing. I think the government, servicemen, and the members of the evacuation project finally realized. Finally realized what? A faint breeze blew against all the greenery around us. Sion basked in the wind as she smiled happily. The evacuation project could finish safely without me around. They didn't need me anymore! I had become expendable! There's no way you're expendable! Oh, stop it, Maya. Mankind was saved because you were there. Everyone knows that. Yes, but even Jesus gave himself up to die on the cross. So in a way, Sion is kinda doing the same thing? Are you Jesus? Sion, are you Jesus? My role ended years ago. I just withdrew to the outskirts of the stage and waited for the curtain to drop. No, the curtain's already been lowered. But not dropped! It's been lowered! That's just... Maya looked downwards and shook her head repeatedly. Since she came here to collect information on Sion, I was sure she had a vested interest and respected her. But... Sion. Maya suddenly lifted her head and approached Sion. There were the same eyes that she had when she chid me sharply at the lakeside. I came here to make a curtain call. I'm calling you back out on stage, baby! Collecting information, was it? What did you want to ask? About you. I want to know as much about you as possible. Well, I was born a poor black child, and the rest is history. Why? Why? Probably because I admire you. How interesting. Just for that reason. For some reason, Sion's gaze was filled with anticipation. Could it be that she had been seeking someone's approval? Wanting to interview her because she liked her was something I both could and couldn't really understand. Well, you either can or can't. Do or do not. There is no try. Rio, remember that. That's why I want you to let me interview you. I want you to tell me about yourself. In that case, you should stay here a while. Because we got about a century worth of story to tell. Huh? You might just figure something out if you watch me living my life here. I won't be held responsible if you don't, though. That's okay. Sinking my teeth in good and deep is part of my job. Well, okay. As long as you're going to stay here, you're going to pull your weight. Now get out there and start tilling the fields. Is that okay? This time it was Maya's voice that was filled with anticipation. Do as you wish. That's all I've been saying this episode. It's not like I could gather intel that would collaborate with her testimony, and leaving to confirm any of it would be difficult. It would be essential for me to be on a heightened alert, but I couldn't complain any further if Sion had accepted her. I wanted Sion to be able to do as she pleased, and if keeping this girl as a friend is what she pleased, then I'm just gonna have to live with that, just as she had wished for me. I said to a certain someone who resided deep in my heart, this is for the best, as I looked up at that bird and the sun once again. And we went back to white. Oh, but we got this! But we'll have to see what's going on here in the next episode. So, be sure to like and favorite if you've enjoyed. Subscribe, of course, if you feel inclined to. Check out some other videos that I've done. I do a lot of them to entertain you guys. And in the meantime, be a good person, tip your waitresses, keep moving forward. I'll see you guys next time. Yay-ho!